are making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. My name is Zizi Port Lupelwana. So today I want us to talk about the 700 million that is needed for Ramaphosa's national dialogue. I think when this news broke, there were other things going on and we were all a little bit occupied. But I do want us to have a look at this. Now let me circle it back. I don't know if you guys remember last year when Ramaphosa announced that he was going to have a national dialogue. And I mean, I didn't care about it, like I didn't mind if he has the dialogue or not. But I heard some pushback, and some people are saying national dialogue is not going to solve anything, right? I didn't have a problem with the national dialogue. Yeah, but especially since then, because I didn't know if it was free or it costed some money. Fine. So this year again, Ramaphosa spoke and he emphasized, and I think he spoke about the dates and the setup of the national dialogue, where they're going to involve some communities. They will go there, engage with the people. It's more or less trying to have conversation with the people to find out what's wrong. I think more than anything, what the government should be looking at is employment. Yeah, but a lot of people are unemployed, getting job, like creating jobs. You know, that doesn't need a national dialogue. Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, it's the basic things that have been spoken about for quite some time. Those things don't need a national dialogue. Okay, fine. Now, before I get to the price, because I kind of got confused when they spoke about the money. So now when they spoke about a national dialogue, what came into my mind is maybe they're going to do like a tent or something where people will gather. They have these conversations with the president. Yeah, but I mean, if there's a budget, I didn't even think that the budget would go up to even 1 million, let alone 1 million. Yeah, but I feel like there's so much unnecessary costs that are spent in government, because you are telling me if you're going to do a national dialogue in Cape Town, you have to book everyone, hotels, security guards, everything. You go to the next province, KZN, you have to book all these people, hotels, transportation. Like, the Ramaphosa does not need a national dialogue, because we know what's wrong in South Africa. We know what needs urgent attention. So, like, what needs a national dialogue there? But okay, fine. Before I judge him, let's read as to what is it that he wanted. But honestly, 700 million, that doesn't. It's the same reason why Paul Mashatile is in trouble right now, by the way, because now he spent a lot of money traveling. Paul, for these things that are traveling for, these things that they're traveling for, they don't even bear results. Like, we don't see the benefits of them. But let's read here. Ramaphosa said, I wish to address you about the national dialogue, an initiative that has been in discussion by a number of leaders in our country and many other people for some time now. This initiative has gathered great support and enthusiasm since it was proposed last year. It has been endorsed by a wide range of formations across society. Over the last few months, we have engaged in discussion with various entities on the purpose of the national dialogue. In the wake of this consultation, there is a broad agreement that, given the challenges our country is facing at the moment, we should convene the national dialogue. The idea of holding a national dialogue is not a new concept in our country. In many ways, having dialogues is part of our DNA as a nation. Every important moment in the history of our country, we have come together as a nation to confront our challenges and forge a path into the future in dialogue with one another. Through dialogue, we were able to deal with the challenges that apartheid system caused in our country, achieved peace, and overcame violence. I don't know if that's true. We have established a democracy and ended apartheid. Following the negotiations process, we used dialogue to start building a united nation where once they had only been conflicted and vision. We achieved all this because we came together in dialogue to discuss our difficulties, our concerns, our hopes, and our aspirations as people. For more than 30 years, we have worked together to realize the promise of our democratic constitution. We have made great strides as a nation, expanding freedom, deepening democracy, and building a better life for millions. Yet we face persistent challenges. Poverty, unemployment, inequality are deep wounds that prevent us from reaching a full potential as a nation and as a country. Millions of people are underemployed and unemployed. Many of those who work and earn wages that cannot sustain them or their families. Crime, gender-based violence, corruption are prevalent across our society. So I mean, uRamaphosa na uyazazi izinto. Like uyazicula. Like what's the need of a national dialogue? We are called upon to build safer communities and create a better future for our children. We are also called upon to give all sectors of society, men, women, young and old persons with disabilities, LGBTQI community, and urban and rural people a voice to determine how we address the problems of today and build the South Africa we want. That is why we have agreed to convene an inclusive national dialogue. The dialogue will be people-led society-wide process to reflect on the state of our country in order for the re-image of our future. The national dialogue is a chance for all South Africans from all walks of life to come together and help shape the next chapter of our democracy. Through the national dialogue, we seek a shared vision of what it means to be a South African, develop a new national ethos, common value system. It is an opportunity to forge a new society compact for the development of our country, a compact that will unite all South Africans with a clear responsibilities for different stakeholders, government, business, labor, civil society, men and women, communities and citizens. It is anticipated that the national dialogue will drive progress towards our vision in 2030 and lay the foundation for the next phase of South Africa's national development plan. The national dialogue itself, it's not an event. Exactly, it's not an event. So why does it need 700 million? Rather, it will be a participatory process that unfolds in phases from local consultations and sectoral engagement to provincial and national gatherings. In my capacity as the head of state, I'll be calling a national convention on Friday. This national convention will represent the diversity of South Africa's nation. The first national convention, August 2025, will set the agenda of the national dialogue. It will be a representative gathering bringing together government, political parties, civil society, business, labor, traditional leaders, religious leaders, cultural workers, sports, women, youth, community voices, amongst others. Through their various political and social and other formations in their workplaces, places of worship, communities, villages, sites, South Africa will be, in the months following the national conversation, will be encouraged to be a dialogue to define our nation's path into the future. The views, concerns, and proposals that will emerge from the conversation will be brought together at a second national convention that is planned to be held in the beginning of the year. The second national convention will reinforce our shared values and adopt a common vision and program of action of our country in the future. We expect that the national convention will finalize a compact that outlines the role and responsibilities of South Africans. To guide and champion the national dialogue, I am appointing an eminent persons group. These are the leading figures in our society, reflecting a great diversity of our nation with a proven commitment to advancement of social cohesion and national building. So these are the people that are selected by Ramaphosa for this national dialogue. Oh, clearly these people will be paid again. I'm assuming they are also part of that 700 million. All right, if you call someone to come and speak, you pay them, I'm assuming. Members of the eminent persons group are Dr. Pregalia Bem, former independent electoral commission chairperson, Mr. Robbie Brosen, an entrepreneur and a business person, Judge Edwin Cameron, former constitutional court judge, Mr. Mane Dipicho, former Northern Cape premier, Dr. Desiree Ellis, Banyana Banyana coach and football legend, Ms. Ella Gandhi, peace activist and so what, Professor Nomboni Sogasa, researcher and rural activist, Mr. Bobby Godsall, business leader, Dr. John Carney, award-winning actor, Mr. Siakolis, Springbok captain and world champion, Miss Mia Leroux, Miss South Africa 2024, His Grace Bishop Barnabas Lechanyane, leader of the Zion of Baptist Church, His Grace Bishop Angus Lechanyane, leader of St. Agnes Zion Church, the most revered Thabo Makgoba, Anglican Archbishop of Cape Town, Prof. Dinyiko Maluleke, a chairperson of the National Planning Commission, Dr. Barbara Masekela, poet, educator, Ms. Lindiwe Mazibuka, former member of parliament, Mr. Roloff Meyer, former minister and constitutional negotiator, Ms. Gcina Mhlophe, storyteller, writer and actor, Ms. Nompendulo Mkhatshwa, student activist and former member of parliament, Ms. Kgothatso Montane, Grand Slam tennis champion, Prof. Harry Ranzweni, former activist and educationist, Mr. Beki Nchali, unionist and former COSATU general, Hosi Pilia Nwamitwa, traditional leader, Hosi Thabo Sehlolo, chairperson of the National House of Traditional Khoisan San leaders, Dr. Gloria Seroba, business leader, Dr. Imtiaz Soulman, founder of Gifters, Prof. Derek Swartz, academic, Ms. Lorato Trok, author and early literacy expert, Mr. Sibusiso Vilane, mountaineer and adventurer, Mr. Siabulela Uza, award-winning rocket scientist. Ubaba Ushembe Unyazi Lwezulu has also been invited to join the eminent persons group, but as he is traveling, has not yet been able to confirm his availability. Oh, it's almost done now. I'm grateful to each of these South African patriots who have made themselves available to act as a guarantors of an exclusion, a constructive and credible process. Who would you like to see? Who do you think they've left out of this list that you would like to see joining the national dialogue? Who think they should have added? And also, out of these people that I've read, who is there that you think shouldn't have been there? Yeah, I think these award-winning people, they can't necessarily speak and be the voice of the people that are on the ground. I think this national dialogue, that's why it needs 700 million, because these people must be book hotels. I mean, when Ramaphosa spoke of a national dialogue, I thought he will go to the ground, get there to the community, hear the problems from the people. I mean, being told by Dr. Warawara about problems that are happening, that these problems don't even affect them. How is that going to help? Or maybe they're trying to shape South Africa. I don't know. Please tell me if there's someone that should be here who is not here in this list, or that you would like to see. So I mean, let me know, guys, if you think this dialogue is it's such a sad thing, because South Africa constantly, they say there's no money, like there's no money in South Africa to do service delivery, but you are able to spend 700 million for a national dialogue. What is a national dialogue? Well, I just read it to you. What is a national dialogue? I'm gonna play, guys, the clip where they are saying Uguti they need money The committee says they need money to plan this dialogue. It says here, the preparatory committee of the national dialogue estimates the dialogue will cost at least 700 million. The dialogue will include a national convention and community engagements. And I understand if they go to communities, maybe they have to cater. But 700 million, angek. Let's listen to this small clip.
When we dip our hands into our pockets on a Friday and on a Saturday, what are we buying with our 11 rands? And can we, for the first time in 30 years, take just one 11 rand to put in that portfolio our democracy and look after it, right? And so we hope that those conversations are going to be concluded and will be guided by the committee working on that. On the question of how practical the outcomes of this are going to be, yes, we've given thought to some of the things. Of course, what we put into the first national convention will really determine the ultimate outcome. But some of the considerations, for instance, the involvement of an interministerial committee is important.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Please let me know. And you know, it's so sad that these things keep on happening, but people still vote for the ANC. Like, I just can't understand how the ANC is willing to spend 700 million. I mean, they can even take that 700 million and go assist with the disaster in the Eastern Cape instead of spending that amount of money for a conversation. Aibo. Like, it's not making sense to me, but it doesn't matter what we say to the people, they still vote for the ANC regardless. I don't know what we can do. I don't know what I mean, these days, even when I see a young person who says I'm ANC, I just lose strength, because I'm like, how can you be a young person and vote for ANC? So let me know what you guys think. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zizipolo Pelwana. This is Simple Politics. I forgot to say this. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are going to be watching this video. I don't necessarily like Father's Day, because of course I don't have a father, so it's not my favorite day. But I think, let me swallow my pride and wish you guys have a happy Father's Day. Hopefully you guys are good fathers out there. I don't know, I'm gonna trust that you guys are present fathers, and you are good fathers where you should be. So if you are, happy Father's Day to you. I hope you had an amazing day, and I hope this day has brought you guys nothing but like fulfillment of just being present, you know, in this time. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. Aluta continua. Until the next one.